Hello everybody, back here again for a vlog a day, and today is Thursday the 14th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, fairly decent time frame, got the dogs all outside, got them all fed, and taken care of, and all the good fun that comes with that. So everybody was having a good time, we're just getting along good. The one dog's kind of weird about his eating schedule. He's kind of still learning where he wants to eat, when he wants to eat. At home he has open food. I guess he eats a lot more at night kind of thing, but where our sleep arrangements are at night, there's other dogs in the room with him, so I can't have food out. So he's having to learn a new plan of attack when it comes to feeding times. So always fun stuff, but we got it all taken care of. Got a few things done. I jumped in the hot tub for a couple minutes, not very long, because I had a dog getting dropped off pretty early. So wife got off to work. She was complaining about not feeling real great. She doesn't really know what's wrong. She thinks she's getting sick, but she doesn't know why, exactly how. She just knows her body's feeling really odd and whatnot. So she's got some issues going on there, that she's kind of got a sore throat, kind of got an upset stomach, kind of got a congested head, but doesn't know what it is. So hopefully she gets feeling better. It's never fun when you're fighting with yourself mentally, saying I'm not gonna get sick, I'm not gonna get sick, but a lot of times your body don't care what you say, and it makes you sick anyway. So kind of is what it is there. So yeah, went ahead from that. They dropped the new dog off. Watched the dog before. Usually it's a pair that come over. The two dogs come together all the time, and they just brought me the one, and she had some issues. She's a rescue, little rescue pit that had a lot of abuse, I think, in the past. So got them in there and stuff. I basically stuck all the dogs in the bedroom, and then put her outside, and then brought the rest of the dogs in the house. Gave a little bit of time and stuff, let her play around in the yard a little bit. She kind of ran around a little bit. She's friendly enough, but like skittish, scared. And scared makes me more nervous than aggressive, because aggressive dogs give you more warning and whatnot. Scared dogs tend to cower back a little bit, and then when they do lash out and something bad happens, it's like goes from complete like just submissive to complete anger instantaneously. You don't get to stay on top of it as much. You can't control it if you can't watch it and know what's going on. So it's kind of like with a tire. If you have like a sidewall blowout on the side of your tire, you don't know it, but if your tires go bald, you see the tread wearing away, you're like, I'm about to have a flat tire soon, and blah blah whatever. Not that big deal, as opposed to like a recap where the tread just blows off going on the highway, where if you knew your tires were getting bald, you wouldn't go driving giant highway speeds, or you wouldn't pull a big trailer, or you wouldn't drive in the rain. Where a recap, you could be perfectly fine looking tire, and now it explodes. And that's what I find with the fear dogs. A lot of times they'll lash out of anger, and it becomes much harder to mimic, or much harder to monitor, I guess, on my end. So kind of watching stuff. Let one of the dogs out that she's actually played with before, so I'm like, you guys know each other. Brought him out, and she was being really crappy, I guess is the best way to put it. Not really so much crappy, just like overwhelmed by the experience stuff. Well, maybe she's just overwhelmed here, not that big a deal. So I went ahead and brought her back inside, put the other dogs outside, let her have free run of the house for a while, went in and visited her and stuff and whatnot, and she was really not having that too much. So I was like, okay, not that big a deal. So I went ahead and said heck with it. And one of the things that I do a lot of times with dogs that are even skittish to me, because she wouldn't even come to me, so once I got her back inside, I hooked a leash up on her, which is just a little Dollar Tree leash that'll hook on their collar. So they try and run away from me, I can just step on the collar and then pull them back over. And I'll do it, especially for dogs that are young pups and stuff, I'll do it 10-15 times a day. As I walk near them, or I'm kind of over by them, I'll step on the collar, then I'll call them, and usually they'll dart away, but they're hooked because the leash is hooked. So they assume my words stop them from going. And I'll give them some ear rubs, give them some belly pats, whatever, and then let them go back and play. I'll do that 15 times a day. And they start thinking, well, when he says come here or come, I can't go anywhere, I'm stuck here. And they get belly rubs or ear pads. So this is awesome, so it works out well. So I went ahead and stuck a leash on her. Been hanging around for the day a little bit, nothing major. From there, went ahead and said, okay, cool. Basically brought the rest of the dogs back inside, put her outside and let her run around a little bit. Decided to go for my run, so went ahead, took off to get my run over with. Got another dog coming this afternoon also, and I wanted to get my run done before that happens, because I thought I was gonna have to wait until my bride got home from work and let her kind of watch the dogs for me and stuff and whatnot. So it was not a problem. Was able to basically set it up just fine. Left the new dog out in the backyard thing. I'll give her plenty of time to acclimate back to the yard. She's been out here numerous times before, again with her housemate, this time by herself, and she's super skittish and scared. I'm starting to think that dog was a comfort blanket. So went my run, came back, went to go get her to bring her back inside, and she wouldn't get anywhere near me. Like, I couldn't get within 6 feet of her to step on the leash. And I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. She's like barking and scared and running from me and just really being a pain in the ass. So I called the owner over the app, so the dog care, and I'm like, hey man, did something happen to her? Did she get like attacked? Did she get beaten? Did something happen bad? Because she's really not acting herself, you know? And he was like, no man, the last place we had her was you, and we haven't had anywhere else since then. But I think it's because Scooby's not here, the other dog. And I'm like, oh, that sucks so bad. So I said, let me see what I can do. I'll get her figured out, whatever and stuff. So I tried to bring her back into the master bedroom. She wouldn't go in the door. She got right to the door and then ran again and stuff. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So now I got a dog on a 6 foot lead out in the yard that I don't want to have around other dogs because of the way she's acting, and I can't catch her to put her back in the house. So not really the pleasant world that could be. So I finally took the rest of the dogs, put them in the master bedroom, and then brought her in with the big giant French doors I have coming off my patio. She was willing to come in then. So she came in that way, got her inside, grabbed a second leash, hooked up a second leash. Now I got 12 feet of leash hanging behind her so I can step on that a little easier and go from there and let her chill out in the house, let the rest of the dogs play outside. The other dog showed up. Basically, he was coming in the afternoon, and that dog is another pit bull I've got that I watch a lot, and he's been here with this dog numerous times. So I'm like, okay, I know they know each other, so we're good there. So that's not a problem. And I'll let them play and whatnot. So right as they text and said they're on their way, they'd be there like, I think 4:30, whatever. Would have been 4 o'clock. I think it's 4 o'clock they're gonna be there. I get a call like 20 minutes before that from the mechanic that ordered my radiator that's supposed to work on my truck. It's supposed to get me in. It's been like 6 weeks now, still hasn't got me in yet. And the radiator is supposed to be back in my hands in 3 days, and it took 3.5 weeks to get my radiator. So yeah. So he finally called me and told me the radiator is done, which he ordered the kit, I paid for it. He said, oh, it's all included in assembly and stuff. I'll put it all together and da-da-da-da. And then he tells me I owe him $165 for assembling it. And I'm like, you bolted a fucking fan shroud on there and put 2 fans on it, which I had told you I'm happy to do. And even like multiple times the other mechanics when you weren't there, I've been trying for 4 days to get my radiator since it landed on your property. And I'm like, why can't you just give me the damn boxes and I'll put the shit together myself? Like, it's not a specialty fucking job here. It's to screw some goddamn screws together. So not real pleased about that shit, but it is what it is there. So I was like, I don't know if I have enough time before the dog gets here. I'm like, it's gonna be pushing the boundaries of getting there and back if we get to chatting and stuff, picking the radiator up. So said to hell with it. He was supposed to install a new plug. Somebody's gonna put the thermostat location in the radiator, which I'm like, whatever. And no big deal, but I went through and I get there, and by installing it, I think it came that way from the factory I look at now. I think it was already there. He's just saying he did this, which who the hell knows. They want me just to stick a thermostat, the grounding thermostat meter in between the fins of my radiator, which is fucking ridiculous. Like that's absolutely not how you're supposed to do it. It's supposed to be touching water. There's a lot of issues there that I'm not real happy with. Another thing that I was annoyed by when I picked the radiator up, one, I paid this guy $165. I mean, my radiator, I'm already $900 into the stupid radiator. That he made it sound like he had a custom shop right down the road here that he works with all the time that custom builds radiators and yada yada whatever. And look it up, nope, it's just some Champion cooling. And I look up Champion cooling, fans, radiator, shroud, everything shipped to my door, $500. So $524, no tax, no nothing, no shipping, because it's coming from out of California. And yeah, so I paid this guy $500 more to basically delay. And they're like, oh yeah, we have it in stock. Like, what? So I hit them up for the same exact thing. They're like, yeah, we got them in stock. We always have them in stock. We can have it there in 3 days. I'm like, motherfucker. So yeah, so I don't know if he spent my money on something else and didn't have the money to pay them. I don't know if he owed them money from other jobs that he hadn't paid for. I don't know what's up with that. So that annoyed me a little bit. The fact that he charged me $165 annoyed me a little bit. And the fact it's been 6 weeks and he's still got my truck in when he said he'd have it in there and whatever and whatnot. So I reached out, I'm like, fuck this. Took my radiator, came home, got it put away. Basically stuck it back and back. I got a dog's deal with right now, I don't have to worry about it. So got on Facebook, posted up, hey, does anybody know that wants to work on older vehicles that know what they're doing, kind of stuff. Because I still don't have a lift, and it's more work than I want to do on the ground. Just working on my hands and knees and hanging on my back. Not really the job I want to do with this whole process. So yeah, super annoyed by that. So I reached out, had a couple people post up some different things, whatever and whatnot. And then that evening, he posted up, you stopped by the shop, blah, blah. Didn't recognize who I was, apparently. Didn't look. And we've been doing this 37 years. I almost posted like, dude, it's been 6 weeks and you still haven't got my truck in. Like, why are you still trying to recruit more fucking people here? Like, it's something, you know, like, do it a little better. Come on, man. So I was like, oh, you gotta be shitting me. So yeah, so now I'm looking to see if anybody else wants to do it. I'm just at the point that I thought I had a shop that I knew was charging a lot, but I was like, hey, as long as I do a great job, I'm willing to pay extra for it, as long as it's done 100% correctly. But you're willing to screw me over. And the whole thing, so I told him, I said, any of that dumb shit, like little shit like that, I can do myself on the truck, you know, like if they're like, oh, we're about wiring and stuff, like the fans and blah, blah, and crap. I'm like, don't worry about the wiring, just get it in, you know, don't worry about making it all perfect and wired and stuff, not paying you guys 120 bucks an hour, or, you know, 140 bucks an hour, I think the shop rate is, to put wires in a loom. I could do that shit myself, like, that's ridiculous. So you charge me 165 bucks to basically bolt a fan shroud on the back and 2 fans, which I'm gonna have to take them back off anyway when I put it in there because I gotta mount the holes in it, mount the damn thing. So I paid you $165 to hold my radiator for 4 days hostage, and then basically simple shit I gotta take back apart. So yeah, didn't even put the heat plug. I thought the way he made it sound, he's gonna actually drill it, weld it in, have a new plug put in by the local shop. Because again, I didn't know it's coming from a different company out of state that manufactures these all the time. The radiator's 400 bucks. Or no, $274 for the radiator is all it cost. The fans and all were 250 bucks. So yeah, so that's what I get for trusting somebody and trying to work with that and thinking I had somebody I could trust and can't. So now I'm just gonna have to continue on my own. It's one of the things that sucks about living. And basically have to figure out, I guess, actual mechanics aren't like a thing, man. It's been a dozen plus years. I hired anybody. Last mechanic I hired, last mechanic before that actually screwed me over too. There was a situation there and some other crap they didn't do. They said they're going to do. They broke some shit. They didn't tell me. I was take off on a road trip. And I realized he goes, oh yeah, we broke that. We forgot to tell you. And I'm like, well, now I'm stranded. Like, what the hell? But yeah, so you got to build a shop. That's all I got to do. So that was the fun of that. So I got back, went ahead and had a couple of little things to take care of. Hung out with the dogs after I got back from the radiator. Everything was good. Wife got home from work. She wanted to take her dad to the store. And I said, are you doing it right now? You want to do it after you eat? She goes, well, I don't know. It's up to you. I said, well, food's ready if you want to eat now. Then go afterwards. She goes, absolutely, I'll do that. So she came home. We got the dogs separated out. Got them all fed. Let them all chill out there as we ate dinner. Everything was going good. Watched an episode of Wentworth. Got a call from one of the mechanics that does mobile mechanic. I guess they'll come to your property, work on your car, on your property, which I kind of like because I won't get my shit like held hostage again like it was with the last guy. So yeah, which also is a concern over here because it's been 6 weeks and he said he's got these 4 projects in there and stuff that once a couple of those projects get out, which they said they're about done, they got a day or 2 left to wrap up on these 3 different projects. They'll be out here and spend 6 weeks and they're still in there. They haven't even, I don't know what they've done to it because nothing's changed. So I don't want to in a situation where I got my truck lost another year in this process. So yeah, so hopefully maybe I can get a mobile mechanic or somebody wants to come out and do it. And the other option I thought was buying one of those mobile lifts and doing that, just spending the $3,500 on a mobile lift until I get a shop. But I don't know, man, it just people suck. I don't know why you gotta be dishonest with me, man. Like, you think it was worth $500 fucking dollars for you to basically make a call to a radiator company? You made it sound like it was some special, super badass, you know, custom radiator and shit. It's not. It's just a stock radiator from the internet. Yeah, I don't understand people, man. I guess I had too much faith, too much trust in people that I can't have anymore because people just completely suck on so many levels. So yeah, so now I feel like I don't even want to take my shit to it all, which is crazy because the quote he gave me to knock everything out, fix the AC, the brakes, everything, get it all 100% going, was $9,000, $9,000, which I didn't want to pay, but I was willing to because I wanted my truck back. And I'm like, I want it done completely right. I want this thing done right, no big deal. And then because of this, losing out on that. So you figure if he's at that same 50% profit, he screwed himself out of $4,500 in order to get $500 off me for a radiator. So yeah, at this point, I'll sell the Suburban, I think, instead of giving it to him. I'm not fucking with him anymore, I don't think. So absolutely sucks. So yeah, I'll wait till I build a shop and then put the Suburban there and do it myself, or else I will, yeah, first $500, man. I hope you enjoy that $500. It's just sad, it really is. So yeah, that was it. She got back from the store after dinner. When I took the phone call, she decided to go to the store because we weren't quite finished with Wentworth yet, but I want to talk to the mechanic, he's gonna come by next week. I got 2 different guys coming by next week to look at it. And one guy says he don't know if he can do it or not. And I think part of the thing is you don't have a flaring tool, which I said, I'll buy you a flaring tool. Like, I'll buy it for myself. You can use my flaring tool, you know, or in lieu of part of the payment that you want, I'll buy you a flaring tool, because I lost all my shit in the fire years ago in my shop. So I had a bunch of those tools that are all destroyed. So yeah, that was the fun part of it. That was interesting. So when I went out and talked to them, the dog's outside me. She went to the store, got back. Everything's good. She's still not feeling great. She's kind of tired, so she kind of went to bed early, hanging out with the dog that doesn't like other dogs right now, so it's scared of everything. They were just chilling out for the most part. Everybody's getting along good, aside from that dog. So yeah, everybody's having fun. We're all having a good time, and it is what it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We headed back in for my cigar. I headed back in, ended up watching a little bit of Hulu with my wife, and got the dogs all settled down. I wasn't sure how I was going to go because we had extra dogs here today. And I was like, I don't know how they're going to settle in, how he's going to do, but they all did great. The scared dog, we stuck her in the office, and then we had the rest of the dogs in spots. We had 3 in the bedroom with us, and then 2 out in the living room, and everybody had a great time. So anyway, that's all I got for now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.